If you chose the recovery room, you already know that you need somewhere or something that's going to help. So welcome. I'm Dr Sharryn. I'm the founder of a company called Karama Care, a recently certified B Corp that's working in the trauma therapy space. Now, I've come to trauma therapy by a slightly odd route. I've done 30 years of children's emergency medicine, so I bring all of that, and that's really my foundation. And on top of that, I've popped a layer of solution-focused therapy, looking at what could happen instead of what has happened. Trauma therapy, fast trauma therapy, looking at what has happened and healing that, and also some somatic work too, and bringing all of that together on that foundation of medicine to bring you the things that you really need to heal. So this podcast isn't just about how does trauma happen, how do we fix it, all of that. It's about life can be better. Every single one of us has been through something, and when you heal that something, life gets better. Now, I've got some of my own stories to tell you, and I will do as we go along. I want your life to be better too, and the people around you, I want their lives to be better too. That's what this podcast is about. Here's what you could look forward to in the Recovery Room podcast. Trauma and trauma therapy explained in a way that just makes sense. It just all fits together and clicks. So all of a sudden you understand it, and you understand why this particular type of therapy should work, and how things around you can support you, and how some things maybe won't support you quite as much. You're also going to see curiosity around other approaches. Now, I'm trying to learn from the best in the world. Now, I could mention a whole lot of those people already, but I want you to meet them too, and I want to have some genuine conversations with people. Not so much just they have a new product, they're trying to promote their own work, but some real conversations about what would work, what would happen if we worked together, what would happen if we involve people who are suffering from trauma to help us develop these things. We've got to move forwards. So curiosity about other approaches that might work, also equally a little bit about the things that detract and derail and don't help you to heal. You need to know about those too. And almost as importantly, I want all of you to contribute. If you've made it to the recovery room, you've probably been through something. And I know I said earlier, we've all been through something. If you've got this far, you've probably been through more than most. You're a part of developing all of this and collaborating and making things better just as much as me and my colleagues and other therapists are in other therapies. The need at the moment is tsunami level of demand. And we've got such scarce resources that the only thing that's going to make a difference is collaboration, and honestly, quiet revolution. And when we come together to do all of that, we'll heal all of the world together. But we'll heal you first. You're in the right place if any one of these applies to you. You've been through something and you just can't get past it. You know something's wrong. You know you've been through something. You just can't quite put your finger on it, but you know it's driving things that you do today. You thought you'd dealt with your stuff that you'd been through, but somehow it still just affects you today. It still keep going back to it. And you can explain it. Logically, you're past it, but somehow emotionally, you're not. And we'll be able to explain that. We'll be able to explain that so you can understand it. You know you're affected by your early life or early relationships or early working conditions, but you still respect or love the people who may have been the people who caused that hurt, and you don't want to go against them. You're allowed to heal from that too. Very often those people, well, sometimes those people were doing their best. Here's a big one. You suffer from imposter syndrome or performance anxiety, and you're fed up playing that whole whack-a-mole game where something pops up, where you've got something coming up and you just have to hit it down again, or you have to keep working at trying to suppress it. Well, let me tell you, you don't have to keep working at it. If we go back and we heal the things that caused them in the first place, that will change everything for you, and you'll have such freedom, so much more success. Honestly, it's a no-brainer. You care about somebody else that suffers from any of these things. And quite often there'll be people who know that somebody beside them or somebody they care about needs help, but they don't know how to help, they don't know how to explain that they need help, and they don't know what might make a difference. So this is for you too. Or someone who leads a team, works in a big organisation, who thinks, we see people suffering with these things all the time, and we spend a fortune on yoga and all these other bits and pieces, and the people that don't need it go. The people who do need it never seem to have the time. These are going to be the opportunities you're going to have to either buy them in from outside, from people who've been trained in them, or to train your own people so that you can provide this as and when. Not as a scheduled thing, not as a when things have gone wrong, but just to try and keep things ticking along, to try and keep your workforce really healthy. And it really helps. It really helps. And do you know what? The ROI on that for you will be phenomenal. A slightly controversial one. Now, coming from a medical background, this is slightly controversial. Now, I've always been a believer in chronic fatigue, FND, some of the things that may often get dismissed, may often be slightly ignored in medicine. Autoimmune diseases, not so much. Autoimmune diseases have been treated relatively well over the years. We treat autoimmune diseases by suppressing inflammation. We might not be looking at it completely right, because actually some of the things that we've been through might be driving the inflammation that turned our bodies against us in the first place. So maybe if we try and halt some of that, maybe if we incorporate some of these other things to work on the things we've been through before, maybe that's part of the healing. Now, that's not dismissing any of the medical approaches at all. I come from that medical background. I know we're learning more and more and more about microclots and long COVID, and we always will. We'll always get better explanations as we go forwards. That doesn't mean that something like this can't be part of that healing. And that's what I'm saying it is. I'm not saying it's in people's heads. I'm saying even if you've just been dismissed or gaslit, it makes a difference. This sort of therapy makes a big difference. So welcome, enjoy it, and please share, please subscribe. Come along for the journey. I think we'll all learn something as we go along. I intend to learn a whole lot as we go along. I hope you will too. And I hope it really helps you. Life really can be better, and I hope that starts for you today.